Exciting news alert. The football world is buzzing with the latest update on Josh Jacobs, the talented running back for the Raiders. In a surprising turn of events, Jacobs has decided to sit out and skip reporting to camp. As a result, trade rumors have started swirling around him. And guess who might be interested? That's right, you guessed it. The one and only Miami Dolphins. Ah, the Miami Dolphins, known for their passion for football and big names. While they initially had their sights set on adding Dalvin Cook to their roster, fate might have a different plan for them. Reports from CBS Sports suggest that Jacobs is now potentially available for trade. Now, before we get too carried away, let's take a step back and assess the situation. At the moment, only CBS Sports has mentioned potential landing spots for Jacobs, and it's important to wait for more concrete confirmation from the Raiders themselves. We don't want to jump to conclusions like a quarterback throwing a Hail Mary pass, but we can still have fun with the idea. Let's talk about Jacobs for a moment. He's not your average running back. He's a true star in the NFL. In fact, many consider him one of the top running backs in the league. His skills are undeniable, but he's seeking a more lucrative contract than the one offered by the Raiders in March. That's why he's chosen to skip the offseason programs and has made it clear that he won't be reporting to camp or signing any tags. Back in March, there were speculations about the Dolphins' interest in Jacobs if he became a free agent. However, once the franchise tag was placed on him, Miami's enthusiasm seemed to diminish. But now that a potential trade is on the horizon, will the Dolphins reignite their interest in the dynamic running back? Only time will tell. If the Raiders do indeed entertain trade offers for Jacobs, they might find themselves in a bit of a bind. They have little leverage in this situation, as Jacobs could decide to sit out the entire season, leaving the Raiders with nothing but lost yardage. Technically, he's not under contract, but the Raiders still hold his rights. It's a tricky situation, akin to navigating a complex play on the field. Trading Jacobs for something would certainly be better than being left empty-handed. Now, let's explore the factors Miami would need to consider. If they want to acquire Jacobs, they would have to offer a valuable trade package. On top of that, they'd need to negotiate a long-term contract that would come at a significant cost. However, it's important to note that Jacobs is a rare talent, a game-changer who would immediately upgrade Miami's running back position. It's like having a secret weapon in your arsenal, but here's an intriguing twist. Miami's interest in Jacobs could have unintended consequences. Remember Dalvin Cook, the other running back the Dolphins had their sights on? If Miami were to express interest in Jacobs, Cook might interpret it as a lack of commitment and turn his attention to other teams like the Jets, who have shown interest in him. On the other hand, Jacobs' availability could motivate Cook to seriously consider Miami's offer, especially if he has a genuine desire to play for the team and is looking to negotiate a better deal. As we approach the start of training camps in less than 2 weeks, the running back landscape is becoming more uncertain. In addition to Jacobs and Cook, there's even the possibility of Saquon Barkley, a star player for the New York Giants, holding out. It's like a high-stakes game of chess, with Cook carefully observing the situations involving Barkley and Jacobs to determine his own next move. If either of them leaves their respective teams, Cook might have another enticing option on the table, along with the potential for a bigger payday. Now let's get real for a moment. In my personal opinion, the chances of Miami actually making a move for Jacobs are relatively low. This is mainly due to the compensation required and the Dolphins' tendency to be cautious with their spending on running backs. It's like carefully managing a team's salary cap to ensure long-term success. However, that doesn't mean we should completely discount the possibility. Keep a close eye on the developments over the next week. Jacobs needs to make a decision and accept his franchise tag by the 17th. If he refuses, he won't be able to sign a long-term deal with the Raiders until after the season ends. If he hasn't signed by week 11, he'll be forced to sit out the entire season. It's a delicate balancing act, much like maneuvering through a complex game plan. By the way, CBS has listed Miami as one of the top 5 potential landing spots for Jacobs. But personally, I believe the Dolphins might fall outside of that top 5, given their cautious approach to spending on running backs. It's like they're guarding their treasure chest of gold coins with a watchful eye. So, will the Dolphins take the plunge and pursue Jacobs, or will they watch from the sidelines as another team claims the prize? Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay tuned, Phinhub fam. The tides of change are coming and the excitement of the game is building up.